Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for your greatest support. Now, let me ask this question. Imagine being the IBC or being in charge of the election in Tanzania at this particular time. I'm asking this question because I've seen a lot of IBC. I don't know whether they're called IBC, lakini tume cha uchaguzi. Those who are in charge of elections in Tanzania being beaten. Yani kidogo hivi unasikia tu watu mtu anapigwa like I watched this video. I've really watched this video and I was like, well, what's going on in Tanzania? Because people are tired and you can't force them. You can't do something that they don't want. You can't just wake up in the morning, or you can't just yes, you are in your line of duty, but you can't just do anything to impress that person that is in charge. Anyway, fellow Kenyans, that is not what I want us to talk about. There are several things that I would like us to talk about here. But before that, let me quickly remind you that if at all, let me just quickly ask you or request you that if at all we are meeting for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well like, you can share, drop me your comment in the comment section, tell me where you're watching this video from. If you're within the country, you can tell me which part of the country you're watching from, and if you're outside the country, you can as well tell me which country, or drop me the flag at the comment section, and I'll figure it out by myself. Now, I've really watched several events in Tanzania, happening in Tanzania. The demonstrations, people breaking into airports, things burned, houses being burned down, citizens breaking into the authority, the revenue authority in Tanzania, police officers throwing tear gases. But there is one thing that I've noticed, that I don't know whether maybe it's hidden, but there are no deaths that have been recorded in Tanzania.
Mama Samia, hatutaki. 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 Mama Samia, hatutaki.
And that thing, I've also seen a lot of people questioning that why is it that in Tanzania there are no deaths that have been recorded? I want us to say this. I want to say this, that you know, the difference between Tanzanian police officers and Kenyan police officers is very big and very huge. All of us knows very well that, of course, demonstration is the right of citizens in every country. Every country, citizens are allowed to have a peaceful demonstration. Just like in Kenya, we normally have peaceful demonstrations. But now, what normally makes this demonstration not look like it's peaceful is the decision that the police officers normally make. Like for example, you find that the people have decided to demonstrate, have their own peaceful demonstration, have the march from maybe from point A to point B, maybe from CBD to somewhere else, maybe from just from point A to point B. But now, what provokes the demonstrators? What normally makes the demonstrators feel like now this one is beyond that we can't, we have to react, is the response that the police officers normally make. Because you can't tell me that police officers will just allow, in Kenya, police officers will just allow citizens to walk very freely without anything, just like it's happening in Tanzania. Police officers here are normally used by the state. The police officers are normally state captured. They're normally being captured by the state, and that is why you find that any moment there is demonstration, we must record shootings. In fact, there must be killings in Kenya, because you see, Kenya and Uganda are the same. I don't know, Tanzania, maybe Tanzanian police officers realize that this is the right of these people and we don't need to shoot them, we don't need to kill them. Let us just allow them to do the demonstration, and then at the end of the day, watamaliza na wataacha. Furthermore, maybe they're also tired with the leadership, that the current leadership that the Tanzanians right now have, and that is why they also have to retreat. But that one said and done. Let me say this, that you know, any moment a demonstration has been taken over by church leaders, let me use that, not all, but some church leaders, it's normally being considered as the end, because the church leaders will come, oh, let us negotiate, let us do this, let us do that, and then you come to realize that wanakosa kufikia lile lengo ambalo walikuwa nalo. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I've seen in Tanzania right now, yes, thousands of people are marching, I don't know towards where, but now the people that are on the forefront are the church leaders. The CCM party, that is the Chama cha Mapinduzi, being led by Mama Suluhu Samia, has been against the church every now and then. You know, destroying, causing distractions, you know, breaking things, you know, capturing the church, threatening the church leaders and all that. But do you really think, let me just throw this question to you, do you really think that what is happening in Tanzania can ever happen in any other country? Whereby, I just want us to focus here, whereby we have got demonstration, no deaths recorded, or is it that these people are dying, it's only that we don't have the Larry Madoa of Tanzania? You know, the CNN, Larry Madowo, our own Larry Madowo normally focuses on the negative things. It's not normally bad because that is his job. His job is only to report the negative things, that the deaths and all those things that are happening. That is the department maybe that he chose. We can't talk about that. Don't we have such people in Tanzania, or maybe the Tanzanians know very well that if you try that utakamatwa nawe pia utarushwa ndani. But what I wanted us to focus on is this issue of having peaceful demonstration without being killed. Nimejaribu kuangalia, I really tried to look at the occasions, the happening in Tanzania. And I've realized that there's no people, no deaths that have been recorded and all that. But Samia really thought that this thing will just end peacefully, or maybe it will just end the way maybe he wanted, or the way he expected, without knowing that these things are not normally the same. We have to understand that these things are not normally the same. The same thing that is happening here can happen in a different country, but now the reaction is a difference. And I told you that if you do not watch the previous video that I just did before this, I talked about this, and I say that let us just watch this space. You see, Tanzania, what Tanzanians are going to do is that they are going to go the Nepal's way, whereby they are going to take TUNDU LISSU from custody and then declare him their president, because according to them, there is no other person who can lead Tanzania if not him. And by the way, let me just ask this very, very fast. Who was Samia campaigning against or vying against? Because you can't tell me that utakuna campaign with all these UTONGs, all these vehicles, doing all these things, yet you don't have anybody that is campaigning against you.
Watu wamemtoa Mungu wa makabila wamepandisha wenyewe. Watu wamechanganyikiwa.
No, tell me too quickly. Is there any strong person that maybe was campaigning with against Samia, if not TUNDU LISSU, who was thrown in custody? I don't think if there is any. So why is it that these things are not the same? Why is it that these guys? Why is it that in Africa, leaders want to do things in a different way? They're imagining that if we do this one will work. If we don't do this one will not work. I'm failing to understand. Also, I just want us to focus on in East Africa. And I keep on saying this, that we really have a very big problem in East Africa. And I really don't know the person that is going to come and help us to come out of this problem. Especially with our leaders, because our leaders love themselves more than they should love us, and that is why you find that people are suffering, and people will continue to suffer because there is nobody understands the state, nobody understands what's going on, nobody understands how things are supposed to work, nobody understands the cry of the citizens. Suppose there was somebody who understood the cry of the citizens, that okay, these citizens, this is what they want. And then now, how can we make it to achieve? How can we achieve what they want? Why can't we do 1, 2, 3 things to make sure that they get what they want? That is where the problem is coming from. Suppose we had leaders who understands what the citizens want and what is supposed to be done. We could not have all these problems they're having, that citizens are rising against the leaders that were elected. Also maybe the leaders that have been leading there for the past 5 years, 5, 6 years, all that. But it is just a matter of understanding. You see, it's just a matter of understanding. I just want you to tell me what you think in the comment section, because according to me, I feel like we are at that point in Africa whereby leaders wants to benefit more than the citizens. Yes, you are supposed to lead us. You're supposed to give us direction. You're supposed to tell us, okay, now at this point, this is what you're supposed to do. But you're not supposed to choose for us what we want. We're not supposed to forcefully Tell us what you want or what you think should work for us. Because those, I think those are two different things. What works for the leaders is different from what can work for us Kenyans, or what can work for Tanzanians, or what can work for Ugandans, or what can work for Cameroonians. Those are two different countries, those are two different people, two different groups. After all, guys, that's just my thought, and that is all I have for now. Let me know what you think in the comment section, but don't forget to drop me a comment, tell me what you think, and where exactly you're watching this video from. Until we meet again, I've been your host, Bonfasa. Big.